In Sleep Hacks Series Volume 1, we covered the basics: sleep environment, schedule, food, and routine. But what if you're doing all of that and still struggling? Today's advanced sleep hacks go deeper. We're focusing on hidden factors like breathing patterns, body temperature cycles, stress hormones, and sleep position. These are the details that separate okay sleep from truly restorative sleep. Breathing patterns and sleep quality. Did you know how you breathe at night affects how deeply you sleep? Mouth breathing can increase cortisol and cause micro wake-ups. When you breathe through your nose, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, basically your body's rest and digest mode. Nasal breathing helps maintain balanced oxygen and carbon dioxide levels, which directly influence sleep depth. The science behind nasal breathing and its connection to sleep is tied to how our respiratory system functions under stress versus relaxation. During nasal breathing, nitric oxide is produced in the sinuses. Nitric oxide is a natural vasodilator, meaning it helps widen blood vessels and improve oxygen circulation. This small chemical shift has a surprisingly big impact. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure lowers slightly, and your brain receives signals that it's time to rest. During the day, many of us default to mouth breathing without realizing it, especially when we're stressed, focused, or even while talking. Practicing nasal breathing during waking hours can retrain your muscles and nervous system. One practical tip: whenever you catch yourself mouth breathing, close your lips and take 10 slow nasal breaths. Doing this a few times per hour builds awareness and habit. At night, the stakes are higher. Chronic mouth breathing can lead to sleep apnea, snoring, and shallow sleep cycles. That's where mouth taping comes in. It might sound extreme, but when done correctly, it's safe and effective for most healthy adults. Skin-safe sleep tape products exist specifically for this purpose. You don't need to cover your entire mouth. A small vertical strip in the center is enough to encourage nasal breathing while still allowing emergency airflow. Research from Stanford University, particularly the work of Dr. Mark Burhen and Dr. Stephen Lin, has highlighted nasal breathing's benefits not just for sleep, but for long-term health. These studies show correlations between nasal breathing, better oxygen saturation, lower resting heart rates, and improved deep sleep duration. If you suffer from congestion, especially seasonal allergies or chronic sinus issues, nasal breathing can feel impossible. Before bed, try using saline rinses, nasal strips, or essential oil steam inhalation to open airways. A hot shower before bed can also help reduce nasal inflammation. An often overlooked tip: posture affects breathing. Throughout the day, especially if you sit a lot, your diaphragm can become compressed. Regular stretching and deep belly breathing exercises help keep your respiratory muscles active and flexible, supporting better nighttime breathing. For example, one listener from Texas shared that after 3 weeks of nasal breathing practice combined with evening yoga stretches, his snoring decreased significantly, and his sleep tracking app showed 20% more deep sleep. Once you train yourself to breathe nasally both day and night, sleep feels not just easier, but deeper, smoother, and more restorative. This might seem like a small tweak, but for many, it's the foundation that all other sleep habits build on. Body temperature cycles. Your body naturally cools down to fall asleep. This internal cooling triggers melatonin release and helps you transition into deeper sleep stages. But if your room is too hot or you wear heavy pajamas, that can block the process and lead to fragmented sleep. Body temperature regulation is a subtle yet critical component of sleep hygiene. The human body operates on what scientists call a circadian temperature rhythm. Your core temperature rises slightly during the day and begins to drop a few hours before your natural bedtime. This cooling continues throughout the first half of the night, reaching its lowest point in the early morning hours. Hack: take a warm shower or bath 90 minutes before bed. It sounds counterintuitive, but warming up your skin temporarily dilates blood vessels. Once you step out and dry off, your body cools itself down faster, priming you for sleep. This method, supported by studies from the University of Texas at Austin, has been shown to improve sleep onset by up to 36% when done at the optimal pre-sleep window. Also consider your bedding. Use breathable materials like cotton or bamboo. Cooling mattress pads or pillows infused with gel can make a big difference, especially if you're a hot sleeper. Keep your bedroom around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20, and use light pajamas or sleep in breathable underlayers. Some individuals prefer sleeping without pajamas altogether, allowing their skin to regulate heat more naturally. Some biohackers go as far as using devices like the Chili Pad or 8 Sleep Pod, which regulate bed temperature throughout the night. These devices actively adjust the bed surface temperature based on sleep stage tracking data, optimizing conditions dynamically. But even simple adjustments like cracking a window or using a fan can work wonders. For those living in colder climates, layering blankets that can be easily removed as needed during the night is another simple yet effective technique. Beyond room temperature, pay attention to skin exposure. Covering your extremities, such as wearing socks to bed, can surprisingly improve sleep for some people. Research from the Sleep Foundation suggests that warming the feet dilates blood vessels, helping core body temperature drop faster. Try it for yourself. One night with socks, one night without, and see which feels better for you. Finally, be mindful of external heat sources like pets in bed, shared covers with a partner, or overly thick comforters. Managing your personal sleep microclimate can be as individualized as your pillow or mattress choice. Consistency is key. Whatever temperature range and habits you establish, maintaining them night after night helps reinforce your body's internal sleep rhythm. Hormone timing and stress cycles. Cortisol spikes too late in the day ruin sleep. Your cortisol rhythm ideally peaks in the morning to wake you up and slowly tapers off toward evening. But caffeine intake after 2 p.m., high afternoon stress, or late night high-intensity workouts can disrupt this natural curve. To understand why this matters, it helps to know how your body's hormone cycles work. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone, but it's also critical for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. In the morning, cortisol helps you feel alert and ready for the day. By evening, melatonin should take over. But if cortisol is still too high, melatonin production is suppressed, making it hard to fall asleep. Sleep hack: create a strict 2 p.m. cutoff for all caffeine. That means coffee, green tea, energy drinks, anything with a stimulant. Switch to herbal teas or decaf after lunch. Studies show that even caffeine consumed 6 hours before bed can reduce total sleep time by up to an hour in sensitive individuals. Beyond caffeine, daily stress levels play a big role. One of the simplest things you can do to lower cortisol in the afternoon is adding a mid-afternoon walk, even just 10 to 15 minutes outside. Light movement helps clear excess cortisol and resets your body clock gently. Exposure to natural light in the late afternoon also helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Avoid intense workouts after 7 p.m. If you prefer evening exercise, keep it to stretching, yoga, or a light walk rather than heavy lifting or HIIT sessions. Research shows that vigorous activity too close to bedtime can delay sleep onset, increase nighttime awakenings, and reduce total sleep duration. Manage your stress cycle with practices like meditation, breathwork, or journaling as part of your evening wind-down. Progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and relax each muscle group slowly, can be especially helpful in reducing cortisol before bed. If stress is chronic, consider supplements like magnesium glycinate or ashwagandha under the guidance of a healthcare provider. Both have been shown to help regulate stress hormones and support better sleep. For example, a listener from Colorado shared that after implementing a 2 p.m. caffeine cutoff and adding a 20-minute afternoon walk, their Fitbit sleep score improved by 15 points consistently over a month. Managing cortisol isn't about eliminating stress completely. It's about creating predictable patterns that help your body wind down naturally as night approaches. Think of it as giving your brain a gentle cue. It's okay to relax now. Optimal sleep position. Your sleep position affects your airway, digestion, and back health in ways most people never consider. It's one of those quiet factors that can either support or sabotage your sleep quality without you even realizing it. Let's break it down. For most people, side sleeping, especially on your left side, is the most supportive position. Why the left side specifically? It's all about anatomy. Your stomach and lymphatic system are positioned in a way that benefits from gravity's assistance when you sleep on your left side. This position can help reduce acid reflux, support digestion, and even promote better heart function. There's also research connecting left side sleeping to improved lymphatic drainage. That's the brain's natural detox system. Yes, your brain literally cleanses itself while you sleep. Positioning affects how efficiently this happens. Now let's talk snoring and sleep apnea. Back sleeping increases the likelihood of your tongue and soft palate collapsing backward into your airway. That's what causes snoring and obstructive sleep apnea. Switching to side sleeping can dramatically reduce both. To optimize your position, use a pillow that keeps your head aligned with your spine, not too high or too low. The ideal pillow height varies from person to person, but generally should support the natural curve of your neck. Place a small pillow or folded blanket between your knees to reduce lower back strain and keep your hips in alignment. This is especially important if you suffer from lower back pain or tight hips. Stomach sleeping, while common, is the least recommended. It twists your neck for hours on end, compresses your spine, and can strain your lower back. If you're trying to shift from back or stomach sleeping to side sleeping, consider using a body pillow. These long pillows provide support along your torso and legs, making it easier to stay in one position throughout the night. Here's a practical tip. If you find yourself rolling onto your back during the night, place a small pillow or rolled towel behind your back as a physical barrier. Your body will naturally avoid rolling over. Investing in supportive pillows isn't just about neck comfort. It affects your whole body's alignment. Consider memory foam or adjustable fill pillows to find the perfect height and firmness. And don't forget about your mattress. If it's too soft, it won't provide the support your spine needs. If it's too firm, it may cause pressure points that lead to tossing and turning. Most sleep experts recommend a medium firm mattress for balance support. A listener from Florida shared that switching from back sleeping to side sleeping, combined with using a knee pillow, reduced her nighttime awakenings by half and eliminated her morning neck stiffness. Experiment with these adjustments. Pay attention to how you feel in the morning. Are you waking up refreshed or sore? Small changes in sleep position can lead to surprisingly big improvements in both sleep quality and overall health. Mindset and acceptance. One overlooked sleep hack. Stop chasing sleep. In today's always-on world, we often treat sleep like a task on a to-do list, another thing we need to achieve or master. But sleep isn't something you force. It's something you allow. If you lie in bed awake for more than 20 minutes, get up. Don't just stare at the ceiling hoping for sleep to happen. It rarely does. This is based on a cognitive behavioral technique called stimulus control. The idea is simple. You want your brain to associate your bed only with sleep and intimacy, not with tossing and turning or feeling frustrated. Get up. Go to another room and do something calming under dim light. Reading a physical book, journaling your thoughts, or gentle stretching. Avoid screens or bright lights, especially blue light, as they suppress melatonin production. Even if it feels like an inconvenience in the moment, getting up is often the fastest way to reset your mind and body for sleep. Many people underestimate the role of mindset. Sleep anxiety, worrying about whether or not you'll fall asleep, is one of the top contributors to insomnia. If you've ever thought, if I don't fall asleep right now, I'll be exhausted tomorrow, you've experienced sleep performance anxiety. This mental pressure keeps your brain in a heightened alert state. Acceptance is key. Sleep is a natural process, not something you can force. The more you try to control it, the more elusive it becomes. Learning to accept wakefulness when it happens paradoxically makes it easier to fall asleep again. This philosophy is a core part of acceptance and commitment therapy for insomnia, ACTI, which has growing support in sleep medicine. If you struggle with anxiety about sleep, remind yourself that even resting quietly in bed has restorative benefits. Your body still goes into a lower metabolic state, your heart rate slows, and your muscles relax. Sleep isn't all or nothing. Try affirmations like, I trust my body knows how to rest, or relaxation is enough tonight. Over time, building this mindset helps break the cycle of insomnia fueled by stress about sleep itself. Many listeners have shared that once they stopped worrying so much about the perfect sleep schedule and focused on creating a calm, consistent routine instead, their sleep naturally improved. One listener from Seattle mentioned she cut her sleep anxiety in half simply by repeating her sleep mantra every night before bed. Tonight, I rest. Tomorrow, I'll be okay. Sleep isn't a competition or a test. It's a natural rhythm your body already knows. Sometimes you just have to get out of the way and let it happen. These advanced sleep hacks are small details, but they add up to a big difference. If this series helped you, share it with someone who struggles with sleep, and let us know in the comments which hack you'll try tonight. Subscribe to the Daily Health Shift for more science-backed wellness strategies every week.